Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it once again with another full race live stream on the channel. It is the Dodge Performance 250 at the Dodge Raceway. Yes, a fantasy short track on NASCAR 05. Our 8th race of 25 on the season. Will we see another new winner this year, or will we have some of the recent success from some of these drivers turn into more success? In the last 4 races, we've only had 2 different winners, 2 wins apiece. 2 for Carl Edwards, and then 2 for Travis Kvapil. Will somebody else go to victory lane today, like another former winner like Bill Lester or Bobby Hamilton Sr., or will Brandon Witt and Matt Craftsman be able to pull off their first wins of the year? They've been close a couple times as well. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we get on into this race. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day, as well as other related NASCAR content. I have a power rankings video for the early going of the NASCAR season coming out within the next couple of days. I'm going to try to get that out as soon as I possibly can. No later than Thursday it should come out, because I'm off of work on Thursday. So that's kind of what we're sitting on for right then and there. But thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. And we are going to get going. 250 laps around this 3/8 mile short track. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Carl Edwards, after starting on the pole, leads the field down into turns 1 and 2. 250 laps around this track is going to fly by, but it is going to be very, very tight racing all throughout. Oh, contact further back. They almost wrecked going into turn 1 on lap 2. They were nearly 3 wide. That is not going to work at this racetrack. The way the wall is on the outside of the track as well only makes it even tighter. And that allowed Edwards to get a 1-second lead after they made contact further back. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Really enjoy your race with the goal. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Cap24, welcome to the stream as well. Feel like we have a good chance to spin. Hopefully not. We have not DNF'd in this game for the Cup, the Busch, and the Truck Series. We've not DNF'd yet. We've had some bad finishes, mainly at Daytona for all 3 series. Outside of that, it's been pretty good. Carl Edwards is on a major top 3 streak right now. He's finished in the top 3 in every race except for the season opener at Daytona, where he finished 30th. What a start to the year for Edwards. He is the points leader, but not by much over Travis Kvapil, because Kvapil's had a lot of success too. The fact that Edwards has finished in the top 3 in 6 of the first 7 races, and still, and with 2 wins might I add, and still is only leading the point standings by 25 over Kvapil. That is just insane. Already at lap 10 here today. Edwards has a really fast race truck. Didn't practice, but I did qualify beforehand and then adjusted it a little bit after that. I loosened it up. I took a round of wedge out of it from what the default setup would have been. And that's literally the only adjustment I made. It wasn't tight in qualifying because I still qualified on the pole, but I felt like it was at that point where if the tires would have worn out, it would have really gotten tight. And we know we don't want an issue there. The modified series at this very racetrack last week was insane. That was with 22 cars on the track and not 36 trucks. Again, you can just tell how short this track is. 12.882 was the last lap for Edwards. 12.765 early in the going. Before that was his fastest lap. Lap traffic is already about to show, and we're only on lap 15. Oh boy. Edwards trying to go for back-to-back wins. The only driver to win back-to-back this year is Travis Kvapil. Within the last 3 race stretch, Edwards overdrives the corner a little bit. Got to keep it off the apron, even on a short track like this. The racetrack still wants to get loose because of the way the apron is on any track in this game. A little contact with the lap trucks towards the back. We saw a couple wrecks in the modified series. There were no cautions, of course, because there are no cautions in that series, but there were a couple massive, massive crashes. There will be cautions today if there's a wreck, as we already have one driver who's blown an engine. It looked like Matt Crafton in the 6. What a tough break for Crafton. His rough stretch at the start of the year continues. Contact with the 117 for the race leader Edwards, as Edwards got underneath him. Well, the 117 kind of slowed him up and pinched him down on the track. Edwards slides in 3 and 4, again trying to stay underneath the 117 truck. There's just not a lot of room to run side by side here. When the lap trucks are trying to pinch off the leader like they are right now, it's definitely costing Edwards a ton of time. And that 1.6 second lead is all of a sudden down to about 0.8 of a second. Cut in half at about a 3-lap stretch. They are going 2 by 2 with the lap traffic ahead. You can see sparks flying again. There is contact going on up there. And the start of lap traffic. Edwards just trying not to run over these guys. Also trying to stay on the bottom of the track. There's sparks flying everywhere. These guys are slowing down to about 65 miles an hour in these corners, and only getting up to maybe 100 in lap traffic, at least only 100 miles an hour. Very short racetrack. Ooh. Tiny little bump to the back of Andy Lyman. Or sorry, no, Lyman's in the 164 up ahead on the inside. Oh, somebody got stacked up on the top. Barry Wilder in the 108 got moved out of the line, and he's stuck on the outside. More contact between the 152 and then the 164 of Andy Lyman. That's Spear in the 152 truck. Still about a 0.6 of a second lead right now for Edwards. Edwards has been really good on the short tracks this year. He finished second at Martinsville. He won at Red Bull. Dover, only a 1-mile racetrack, he finished second. So the shorter tracks have played into Carl Edwards' wheelhouses this season. Expecting another good run today. Not sure when Travis Quaffle started today's race. Edwards was obviously already ahead of him. Starting on the pole, and we're already 30 laps in the books this time by at the line. Still caution free with one driver out of the race with a blown engine. Again, I think it was Matt Crafton who blew an engine. That's the second or third time he's already DNF'd in the first 7 races. Seems like either DNFs or he finishes in the top 10. He's got a fast truck competing for a win. A self-clearing action off turn 2 that last, or turn 4 rather, that last lap. Crucial to this short of a racetrack is you gotta be patient. Even though it's only 250 laps on a 3/8 mile racetrack, you still have to be patient, especially in lap traffic. And a lot of these lap cars are not being patient. There is contact all over the place at the back of the pack right now in front of Edwards. It's key for Carl to qualify on the pole for this one. We'll contact back behind Edwards a little bit. And actually, I think second place made contact with the lap car because he's about a second off the lead all of a sudden. It was 0.6 about a lap and a half ago. And a 152 is definitely running a little low on the straightaways that Edwards can't beat him off the corner and get underneath him. Now he gets underneath him going into turn 3. Outbreaks him as well. Slides on the apron. Slides up in front. I'll tell you what, green flag pit stops are going to be hectic around this racetrack. I would assume with how short of a track it is, it should be a 1 pit stop race today. But it is not going to be fun trying to make a green flag stop at this track, and you're at risk of losing at least 2, maybe even 3 laps with the way pit road's on the outside of the track and not the inside. Pit road's longer than the actual racetrack. With the track being this short, yeah, easily going to lose 3 laps. So you want to stay out of the pits as long as you possibly can if it does go green for a very long time. It's going to be interesting for sure. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Largest lead already for Edwards at lap 44, just over 2 seconds. Tight into turn 1. Edwards didn't want to drive it down that deep, but Adam Bell, the 120, I can't tell what that number is. I think it's the 123 truck. But Adam Bell kind of pinched Edwards off. There wasn't contact, but he's kind of running low on the straightaways, much like Spear in the 152 was earlier. Edwards underneath, a little bump and run to Adam Bell that time, and he's going to make sure that he doesn't get squeezed and clears him off turn 4. Still just over a 2-second lead. Yeah, well, we're showing our road course ringing. Sorry, not road course. Short track ringing prowess here today. I think during the modified race last Wednesday night here, Tim Irvin in the chat said getting a little dizzy. And that was 150 laps in the modified series. Imagine 250 here tonight. Imagine when we get here with the Busch series. Is that race supposed to be like 300? Oh, Bill Lester's starting to squeeze off Edwards. Lester's not off to a good start now. He was not very good at the start of the last race on a 1.5 mile at Texas, and still was able to come up through the field and finish 3rd. That Texas race went caution-free, by the way. It was the first and only caution-free race of the season so far, and the second caution-free race ever on NASCAR 05 behind our Busch Series race at Darlington the week before. Bill Lester's hanging on to that lead lap in case we do get a yellow. This guy's got to be on high alert, too, if there is a caution. Oh, boy. Edwards slid up into the 22 of Lester off turn 4. Get my ends of the racetrack mixed up. The straightaways are not long. It's hard to mistake in one corner for the other. I'm trying to make the commentary at least. Kind of do that at Bristol sometimes too, just with the quick laps. Most of this lap traffic has been 2x2 right in front of Edwards. Edwards had about a 2.2, 2.3 second lead. It's down to 1.3. It's starting to fluctuate. I'm sure it's going to keep fluctuating back and forth. He's been very good at just staying on the bottom of the track. If he can just do that, and as long as lap traffic isn't too terrible, he should be all right. Man, Edwards sliding around everywhere. We're only about 60 laps into the run. Thing is it going to tighten up? Those tires start to get super worn. Got a quick closing rate on that lap truck and couldn't get on the brakes in time. Stay out of his way. Right back down to about a 0.6 second lead again. Hank Grimsby on the outside of the track couldn't get down to the bottom. More contact up in front. That held up Chad Chafin in the 18 truck. A little bump from behind for Carl Edwards. Accidental in the back of Chafin. Chafin goes a little wide in 1 and 2. Edwards gets underneath him. And he's going to put Chafin in the 18 truck a lap down. Will has that 1 second lead. I believe John Wood is in the 50 truck right in front of him. And it is John Wood, a little tag right there. That definitely got Wood loose, and he lets him go. Edwards using the bumper a little bit. Not uncommon with short track racing on a track like this. We've already seen it a lot with the lap traffic. Edwards has used it a few times as well, trying to get around the lap trucks that are holding them up a little bit. So again, that lead is pretty narrow. It's been fluctuating really between a half a second to about 2 seconds for a while. It hasn't been under a half a second since the very start of the race, the initial start. Troy Perry in the 116 truck, our Daytona winner. Swings a little too wide in 3 and 4. Great crossover move by Edwards. Gets underneath him, and the 116 hangs on that right rear. A little contact. Edwards drives on by and laps another racetrack. Going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. For the next 4 laps. Underneath the 191, a little contact. It's not so much getting onto pit road, by the way, to go back to the green flag pit stop scenario. If we do get there, which are already only 55 laps from halfway, where you might see guys try to split this race in half. We'll see. I doubt we're going to go caution-free 2 races in a row. There's got to be a caution at some point today, and it might be. As the driver's trying to come onto pit road, we might have some guys coming into the pits. I don't know what Jack Sprague was doing off turn 2. He did not go up the track like Edwards was anticipating him to do, and just stayed right on the right front of Edwards' race truck, and that actually hurt Sprague more than it helped him. So he was desperately trying to stay on the lead lap. Five laps complete. Edwards has led them all. 2.1 second lead now. Back to second place. More contact. The 124 truck. Edwards gets on by. Kenny Hall in the 135. I know he's already 1 lap down. He'll go a second lap down. Same with Keith Grimsley in the 119 truck. He'll go 2 laps down now as well. Largest lead of the day now for Edwards. 3 seconds out ahead of second place. By no means is that any sort of breathing room. This race is never over at this track. Think about it though, 3.5 seconds is about a quarter of a lap. Halfway on fuel at lap 79, so yeah, these guys can easily make it over 150 laps, so ideally, they don't have to pit until right about the 200 lap mark. Now, the only other thing here, too, is if you pit under caution, are you at risk of going a lap down? So you might very well be. I know Edwards is the leader right now, so it'll be a little harder for him to do it. But again, the way that pit road is on the outside, that can be treacherous as well, just trying to pit under caution and trying to hold your lap. That is really going to be the difference maker on who's going to win this race. It's going to be a pit stop, and it doesn't matter, again, whether it's under caution or whether it's under green. So everybody's just kind of hoping it stays green all the way through. Let everybody cycle through and not have to decide if we are going to get a caution trap and people lap down, whether, again, they're getting trapped down under green or under yellow. And it's got really loose off 4. Richards in the 106 truck. Boy, Edwards really drove it off deep into 3 and 4, but he pulled up and cleared Richards in the center of the corner. Richards coming off a pretty good run at Texas. Had a top 10, led some laps. Had a great race at Texas. Pretty solid finish as well. Oh boy, Edwards went wide off turn 2. His tires are getting older. They're definitely not getting any fresher. I wonder if you might see some guys pit as soon as that pit window opens, not even making it to halfway. It's like right about lap 90, 95. We're at lap 90 right now. Oh, man, that was about as heavy of contact as Edwards has made today. Oh, contact further back. Spear about got turned by the truck behind him. I don't know if they might have stacked up after Edwards and Baker got together or not. I don't think they did. It looked like they were far enough back. Yep, Modified Series is tomorrow. We'll run our usual Wednesday night doubleheader for the Modified Series. Start the second half of the season. 7.5 second lead. Edwards has really pulled away pretty much from about lap 65, 70 on, really. This is good for Carl, though. He needs as big of a lead as possible around this track. No clue how fast the pit stop's going to be if everything cycles through as well. His pit crew has been hit or miss this season. Seems like one race they're on, and then another race they mess up multiple stops in a single race. That's kind of been the story of Carl Edwards' pit crew season. So an 8.5 second lead. Never know. And again, the only driver out of the race is Matt Craftsman, blowing an engine in the early laps. Robbie Young stalled him. Oh, they're 3 wide. First time we've seen this today. Edwards got a little loose on the bottom. He couldn't hold the line. This is the first time we've seen 3 wide all day long. Took till lap 98. They made it through. We stayed green. Nearly 100 green flag laps to start this race at Dodge Raceway. The only fitting if a Dodge ended up going to victory lane today. We've had a Ford that has let we got a blown engine on the outside of the track trying to get to pit road. It's the 171 truck. Craftsman definitely blew his engine in a much better spot and everything. Well, he's out of the way too because it was in the opening laps as well before lap traffic was even a factor. So that just about stacked everybody up and had a big wreck. That's how we had one of those couple accidents at the end of the Modified Series race because somebody blew an engine and got ran into from behind. Edwards had an 8.5 second lead. It's down to about 8 seconds. Still pretty comfortable, all things considered, for the moment, but again, that could easily change. 3 wide again. A lot briefer moment that time. Bill Lester going to go a second lap down. He has just had a rough day today. Though there are not many drivers on the lead lap either. Not sure how many exactly are on the lead lap, but there can't be many. Knowing it's an 8.5, well, just under an 8.5 second lead for Carl Edwards over whoever's in second place right now. I will say Travis Quaffle has not been caught yet, so he's probably having a stellar day as well as Edwards once again. It just, none of these two can really pull away from each other in points. They're both just running solidly every single race. It's going to be a fun championship battle between these two if this keeps going back and forth all season. We're almost halfway done already. Sounded like there was contact somewhere around the racetrack, not sure where. Edwards cannot get around Andy Lyman right now. I think that's about the second or third time we've seen the 108 truck try to get moved to the outside. I don't know if he's that slow or just flat out getting bullied. Yeah, that's Barry Wilder in the 108 truck. And he'll stay on the outside and go another lap down behind Edwards. Edwards trying to put the 117 truck another lap down. He's been a tough pass a couple times today. Still kind of pinching Edwards down. Edwards just kind of overdrove turn 3 right in the side of him. That was Edwards' fault for the contact that time. Oh, there's a stack up. I don't know what happened there, but there was about 5 trucks right in front of Edwards that all just kind of jammed on the brakes at the same time. I was thinking somebody might have blown an engine again, but that wasn't the case. Still nobody's pit under green. I can't blame him. Smart plan is to just stay out as long as you can, but at some point, if we stay green, they're gonna have to pit. You know, Edwards could probably go to about lap 160, maybe just shy of lap 160. He should be able to make it to about the 100 lap to go mark before he has to pit. And again, it was an 8.5 second lead under this green flag run. It's down to about 7.5 seconds. So as the tires wear over 100 laps into the run, Edwards' pace has definitely dropped. His fastest lap was a 12.765. That last lap was a 13.335. That lap was a 13.5, almost 0.8 of a second slower than his fastest lap. And the lead is under 7 seconds. Picked up the pace a little bit that last lap, 13.299, so just under 13.3. Tries to put another truck a lap down in the 116. And the 116 truck goes a second lap down now. Oh, yeah, we got some trucks pitting. Chafin just checked up right in front of Edwards. Again, that was the second time we've seen some guys check up. I'm not sure why. We saw 5 of them do it earlier. 2 of them did it that time. So green flag pit stops are going on at the Dodge Raceway. Edwards is going to stay out of the pits right now, just in case we get a caution, which this long of a green flag run at this kind of a racetrack, we can see it. We mentioned it could be with guys pitting. Chafin comes to pit road that time. Edwards misses him down low. Again, these blind corners, you can't really see the straightaway until you get right off the exit of the corner, so if something happens on the straightaway, spotters definitely got to be there to let these drivers know what's going on. Then you have smoke like right there. Only makes it worse. Caution! Oh, we got trouble! We got a truck in the tire barrier. Caution's out. Edwards is going to pit under the yellow. I accidentally skipped through it again, but I've had a bad habit of doing that. Everybody's coming to pit road who hasn't pit yet, it looks like. 4 tires, no adjustments for Edwards. He's led every lap so far, just past the halfway point here at the Dodge Raceway. Caution is out for, I couldn't tell who it was, but somebody ran right in the tire barrier, either trying to get to or get off of pit road, and there was just too much traffic there, and I kind of figured that was going to be a caution with the way, how tight it is coming in and coming out of pit road at the Dodge Raceway. But now these guys need a very fast pit stop and no mistakes. Otherwise, they're going to lose a lap under caution. They've got to hustle. Yeah, pace car is coming, and Edwards did not have the fastest stop. It looks like he's going to stay on the lead lap, as well as a couple others. Travis Quaffle wins the race off pit road. 5 bonus points for him. Green flag back in the air. Dodge Raceway. All the lap trucks, I should say, to the inside of the lead lap trucks. Edwards gets to the bottom real easily behind Brandon Witt. Quaffle still stuck on the outside. This is an opportunity for Edwards to get underneath Quaffle. Oh, a little contact. Edwards is there. 3 wide for the lead into turn 3. On a track he shouldn't be going 3 wide. Edwards just can't get the drive off right now, and Travis Quaffle, with a fast pit stop, and his pit crew has given himself the lead as they race through this lap traffic. Edwards is loose right now, trying to maybe drive it in a little too deep. Oh, and the lap truck of Brandon Witt about took out the race leader, and Edwards is out in front. Unbelievable. Brandon Witt about turned Travis Quaffle, and Carl Edwards shot to the lead on the inside. Quaffle didn't do anything wrong there, and the lap truck just ran right in the back of him. And now it's bumper to bumper for the race lead with Edwards out in front and just over 100 laps to go. Fuel is good to the end. No more pit stops unless not everybody pitted under the caution, which if they didn't, they would have been a lap down already. Edwards trying to pull away, and he's got the clean air right now, but again, they will easily catch lap traffic at some point in time. Those cautions keep breeding cautions late, which isn't impossible in any sort of NASCAR race. Yeah, I'd assume it's even tighter with 43 cars just because there's that much more space occupied versus 36 trucks. We've seen how tight the action is here today. We saw how tight it was with the modified race here last week. I think this is the only race at Dodge Raceway for the Truck Series schedule, at least. I'm not sure how many times we go there for the Busch Series. Again, with this game, it just kind of throws the fantasy tracks in the schedule as it is for the Busch and Truck Series, at least, as well as the modifieds, but the modifieds are only selected to run on the shorter tracks anyway. And Quaffle was starting to lose Edwards, and he's starting to pull right back to him again. Ooh, Edwards overdrove the corner. He's going to have to make Quaffle use the bumper. We've seen a lot of drivers use the bumper today, so don't be surprised if Quaffle does it. What a season battle it has been early in the season between Edwards and Quaffle. We still got 17 races left to decide a champion after this one concludes tonight. Our next truck race here on NASCAR 05 will be on Friday night. Not sure what the racetrack will be quite yet, but we'll find out at the end of this one. Contact with the lap trucks back there. It's about to get really interesting in these final 100 laps. It's already been an interesting race as it is. Quaffle needs to keep this as close as he can, though. That's his goal. He fell 8.5 seconds off the lead, and then he ran it back down to about 5.5, 6 seconds back, and then we had a caution. He can't afford to do that again here and hope for another yellow. He's got to go for it. His pit crew wanted him to race off pit road and at least gave him 5 bonus points no matter what happens today, the rest of the way. So even if he finishes second, that means Edwards is only going to gain about 15 points on Quaffle, and that points gap is still going to be narrow. Quaffle's lost a little bit of ground in the lap traffic. Edwards is getting through it pretty well right now. 99 laps to go with the 99 truck out in front. More contact up and towards the front. No lap trucks between the top two now. Edwards thought about getting under the 117 there. Lap trucks are making contact. Edwards is checking up and right behind these guys because of how slow they're running, and they're side by side with really nowhere for Edwards to go except for to just be patient and wait. Oh, and they checked up big time again after contact right in front of Edwards, and Edwards ran in the back of another lap truck. Edwards got a little loose off turn 2 as well, and Quaffle right to his back bumper. More trucks just being moved out of the way. These lap trucks keep racing like this. It already costed Quaffle the lead once. What if it cost Edwards the lead this time? Boy, Quaffle drove it hard into turn 1. I think we've seen more contact now in this last 5 to 10 laps than what we saw at about a 30 to 40 lap stretch in lap traffic earlier. There were sparks flying like every corner. 3 wide off turn 4. It's the third time we've seen 3 wide. Yep, Edwards was on the bottom all 3 times and got loose really all 3 times. It just does not work here. And now Quaffle lost the bottom of the track, and one of the lap trucks is going to get back around him unless... Oh, Quaffle can fend him off! Hard contact, and Travis Quaffle's going to take the lead. There was contact up in front of the leader, nothing but smoke. Edwards couldn't check up in time and ran right in the back of a lap truck. And the lap traffic costed Quaffle the lead. Now it has costed Edwards the lead. Quaffle back out in front. Quaffle goes wide in turns 3 and 4. Oh, man, Edwards almost slid up into him. 88 laps to go. Edwards clears Quaffle up turn 2. Back to the bottom and pulls the block. And now Quaffle's been tight 2 corners in a row. He goes really wide. It's getting interesting. Again. Going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race over the next 4 laps. As Carl Edwards tries to hold on to the lead and go for back-to-back and get that 3rd win of the year, or will Quaffle get his 3rd win of the season and win 3 of the last 4 if Quaffle can go to victory lane today. Oh, more contact! Somebody about got turned. The 192 truck just about turned one of the other lap trucks up in front. That one we did see. And again, Edwards runs right into the back of another lap truck because of it. He ran into the back of Adam Bell that time. Right when he was starting to pull away from Quaffle, and Quaffle's right back at him again. These lap trucks just can't stay off of each other, and it is costing this battle for the lead right now. I don't know what the 192 was thinking there. He about just flat out hooked him. I think the 163 truck is the one in front of him right now. Go back to the far chase cam for the rest of the race. Quaffle's definitely not letting Edwards go, although neither is the lap traffic. So the lap traffic's not letting Quaffle go either. It has really been hand in hand right now. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Edwards starting to pull away from Quaffle again for now. Extends it into turns 3 and 4. Gets around another lap truck. Almost a 1 second lead for Carl Edwards with less than 70 to go. Sorry, less than 80 to go. It's the largest lead Edwards has had since the restart over 50 laps ago. It's only 1.3 seconds. Lester on the outside. That's the 3rd lap Lester has lost on the racetrack today. This has got to be his worst race so far. He's in the top 5 in points. Still fairly early in the season. Oh! John Wood tried to move the 18 to Chad Chafin out of the way. Edwards thought he could sneak on by. He still made contact with Wood at the last second. Edwards overran the corner, and now Carl stuck on the high side. Chafin to the bottom. Edwards is on the wall hard off turn 2. He couldn't hold the outside. That was the first time he had been on the outside all race long. And he hit that wall pretty good. And now Lester puts the bumper to John Wood up ahead. About a 1 second lead for Edwards. That 2.5 second lead got cut in more than half that time. Quaffle finally gets around the lap. The moment. Edwards again underneath John Wood. Trying to put him a second lap down, and he does. How can he get around slab truck of Chad Chafin? Not that time. Chafin drove it in deep, trying to make sure Edwards wasn't going to get underneath him. Now we have 70 to go this time. Edwards clear. He gets Chafin. Underneath Lester again. Sorry, that was not Chafin. That was another truck. Chafin is now the next truck after Lester. Edwards a little loose off turn 4. He didn't bite up very well. Edwards himself has ran pretty much about as perfect of a race as he could. Good thing Edwards doesn't have any rivals. This would not be a good track for it. He's got about a 3 second lead on Quaffle. This was about the point in the run. About 70 laps under green when he started to pull away from Quaffle the first time, and he's doing it again right now. Just can't let a caution come out this time. Easier said than done, and really it's not in Edwards' control for the most part. Carl underneath Jack Sprague. Sprague going to go another lap down underneath Bob Spear. Spear goes the third lap down in today's race. Oh! 124. Drove into the side of Edwards. Edwards keeps it going. 4 second lead. Oh, there's a little contact. 3 wide up ahead. They going to make it? All 3 of them made contact there for a little bit. It looked like they did. Now Edwards gets to the inside. By the time he got there, though, they were side by side. Five-second advantage. Oh, Richards. Contact with Carl. It's kind of fun at the same time to watch these lap cars just boot other lap cars. But it is hectic for Edwards, just hoping they don't crash right in front of him, because it's been close a handful of times. He kind of missed a wreck on the back straightaway earlier. He was behind it enough he had time to check up and miss to the inside. But next time, if there is a next time, he might not be able to. It slides up in front of the next lap. Race truck in. Continues to lead here. It'll be lap 200 this time by Oh! Larry Watson. Not sure what he was doing. 50 laps to go at Dodge Raceway. And he pinched off the race leader, Edwards. Got a handful of lap trucks right in front of Carl now. Once again. Been non-stop. Again, we last went green at lap 129. Caution came out right at lap 125. So that will automatically be locked as the longest green flag run of the race no matter what. Adam Bell, that's the second time he just drove into the side of Edwards off the exit of a corner. I don't know what he's thinking. It's like he's trying to block, but Edwards is obviously already there and with a big run. Oh! John Wood, that's about the second time he about got turned today. That time it was Kenny Hall who put the bumper to Wood. And everybody's good on fuel to the end. That is no issue. Edwards hoping it stays green. Oh, more contact. That was behind Edwards. He's really hoping these guys just stop putting the bump and run to each other and not risk turning each other at this point. Carl needs this to play green. He's got just over a 6-second lead. Trying to win his third race of the young season. That would give him the overall lead as far as race wins go so far this year. 3 wide. Didn't think they were going to be 3 wide, but I guess they ended up being 3 wide. $40 laps to go for Cousin Carl. Edwards got really loose. 117 giving him plenty of room. His tires are getting older again. Nearly 100 laps on him, and we saw after 100 laps into the last run, Edwards is actually losing time to second place. Another reason he can't hope for a caution. So that right front got in the yellow. Quaffle was starting to gain ground. That's when he cut the lead under 6 seconds, despite being 8.5 seconds back during that run. No, I thought they were going to go 3 wide, but 107 of Mark Handel backed off at the right time. So he's trying to get around Brandon Witt. Edwards is still loose. He's just going to have to stick behind Handel. Handel might put the bumper to Brandon Witt. Can't tell if he touched him right there or not, but he does get to his inside. Edwards gets close enough, he should be able to just follow. Handle right on through there. He had a chance, and he got loose, getting back into the gas too soon and getting onto the apron. Now he gets underneath of Witt off of turn 2 and under Handle into turn 3. So he gets around in both that last lap. Witt finally gets down to the bottom, it looks like. Yep. And Witt's actually going to try to cross over Handle and get back underneath him. I believe that's the battle to be the first driver a lap down. Actually, Handle's already a lap down. Brandon Witt just went his first lap down. Correction, Brandon Witt just went 2 laps down. He restarted as the first driver 1 lap down in the last restart. Got to the lead lap, and then when Quaffle got around him, he about turned Quaffle, trying to put the pump and run to him, and gave Edwards the lead. 29 laps to go. 7.7 second lead. If Edwards wins this race, this is going to be his most dominant win yet. It's right up there close with Red Bull, but Edwards has been the short track ringer, the short track king so far this season. It seems like Quaffle and Bill Lester seem to be the guys to beat on the mile and a halves, particularly Quaffle. Oh, Edwards did get a win on a mile and a half in the last one. Contact with the 191, nothing major. 25 laps to go. Door definitely opened right there. 21 to go. Well, the good news is these laps go by quick, but still for Edwards, they don't go by quick enough. He wants to see that white flag as soon as possible. Underneath Keith Grimsley. Oh, check up. Edwards got to the brakes in time. They were 2x2 in front of him, and he just about compacted into the rear of either the 192 or the 163. Really, both of them would have been innocent bystanders in that. I don't know how Edwards got to the brakes in time, but he did. Cost him a few tenths of a second, but really at this point in the race, that's nothing. With a 7.5 second lead and only 17 to go on a 3/8 mile short track. Edwards has widened that gap out about as well as he could ask for. Now he's just hoping and asking for the lap traffic to just race clean to the end, not have a checkup like he did there. Had a few of those. It had been a while up until that last one, though. There's a move. Edwards going to get around another lap truck in the 192. Well, Dodge might not win today, as the only two drivers who have led laps are Carl Edwards and Travis Quaffle. That would be a Ford and a Chevy that have led. Quaffle in the Chevy and Carl Edwards in the Ford. Bobby Hamilton's senior, he might be the first driver to lap down. He also lined up towards the front with Brandon Wood. There's a little contact with Adam Bell. Again, Adam Bell makes contact. Ooh. Didn't mean to check up that much. Edwards getting really, really tight. Oh, he slid up the track right into Wood. Oh my goodness. That was a pretty big hit for John Wood to the outside wall off turn 2. Ten laps to go at Dodge Raceway, down to a 6.5 second lead, less than 6.5. A little bit of a scary moment. Edwards is really, really out of shape right now. And he just got drilled by the 191. Jason Powell was right there. Edwards into the wall again. Carl just trying to bring it home. 8 laps to go. Jason Powell's not letting him go, but Guess Edwards doesn't really have to pass him. If he gets a huge run and there's room, he'll get underneath Powell. And that, well, there we go. That might be it. Gets under. Oh, jeez. Edwards cannot hold the bottom to save his life right now. Oh, Edwards is loose. He's not trying to drive it on the apron. This truck's just all over the place. 4 laps to go. And it does not look like anything else is happening in front of Carl Edwards here today. It's about as much traffic as there has been in front of him. A little shaky the final 20 laps for Edwards, but 2 laps to go. Ooh, a little more contact in front of him. Never mind. Hang on. Still got to get to the white flag. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Carl Edwards. He'll get his 3rd win of the season. 2nd in a row, back-to-back for the first time this year for Edwards. He'll be doing another backflip. Cousin Carl goes to victory lane at the Dodge Raceway for the Dodge Performance 250. The most dominating win that Edwards has had so far this season was today. On the shortest track on the schedule. And Edwards has been the guy to beat on these mile and shorter racetracks this season. I should say shorter than a mile, knowing that he didn't win at Dover. The 3 racetracks, though, less than a mile. 2 wins and a 2nd place. I didn't even realize I was in the inside wall. There's so much smoke. Big time win for Edwards again, his 3rd of the year. Only 2 trucks finished on the lead lap. Edwards and Quaffle, that was it. 8.4 second victory. Again, a lot of those guys got trapped a lap down, though, due to the caution coming out in the middle of green flag stops at lap 125, right at the halfway mark. That was the only caution we had this entire race. And again, Edwards gets the max point stay, leading 243 of the 250 laps. Quaffle leads 7 after winning the race off pit road and leading for a couple laps under green, just enough to get himself 5 bonus points. Christian Games, welcome to the stream. This is exciting. It was a good race, though. There was action all over. Don't let the margin of victory dictate whether it was a good or bad race, because it was pretty good. Only 1 caution, too, but it was... I mean, there's a lot of beat and banging with the lap traffic the entire way. Johnson finishes 3rd. Troy Perry 4th. Bobby Hamilton Sr. rounds out the top 5. Aaron McGee finishes 6th. Jason Powell 7th. Brandon Witt 8th. Lee Watson 9th. And Jack Baker rounds out the top 10. And we had 2 DNFs for engine failures. Cook was one of them, and Matt Crafton blew an engine early. I remember that. Only 4 lead changes. Well, granted, I guess that's because I led all but 7 laps, but take a look at the point standings before we get out of here, as well as what the next Truck Series race on the schedule will be. Sound like it was boring to me. No, it wasn't boring at all. There's a lot of action. Next race is going to be at the Milwaukee Mile. We had a great race there for the Whelen Modified Series, or sorry, the Featherlight Modified Series. I forgot it's not Whelen at this time. And that was way back early in the season. That was the first, that was the first night we did the Modified, so about 4 weeks ago. But we will be racing under the lights at Milwaukee for the Truck Series in the next one. The Milwaukee Mile, that will be on Friday night. Black Cat Fireworks 200. So Edwards gains that advantage just a tiny bit. Not much. It is a very tight race between the top two in points. Carl Edwards still leads. Travis Quaffel's still second after finishing runner-up. At some point, these two are not going to finish in the top three. Edwards has finished in the top three 7 races in a row, and he's only got a 30-point cushion over Quaffel. Quaffel's got 2 wins. Edwards has 3. I mean, this has been an epic battle early in the season. Bobby Hamilton Sr.'s not out of it either. He's still within 1 race worth of points. 141 out. I guess mathematically he could take the points lead after Milwaukee. Likely not going to happen, but again, mathematically not impossible. And Bill Lester falls back to 4th, losing a spot after not being anywhere close to the top 10 pretty much all night. Yeah, only 57-minute race. I mean, it was a quick one. Only 1 caution for incident, and it was a short racetrack, too. It's under 50 laps, but it was on a 3/8 mile track, so lap times were only like 12 seconds, 13 seconds at the most. Let's see, Harry McGee, Troy Perry, Daytona winners, 8th. Chad Chafin rounds out the top 10 right now. Man, Matt Crafton, he can't catch a break. I think he's got 3 or 4 DNFs. That's why he's so far back in points, because anytime he doesn't get a DNF, he's running in the top 10. I think he's got a couple top 5s where he's been close to winning, but way too many DNFs costing him early in the season. And we do have the most poles. Yeah, we got 4 poles. And 4 different drivers have won so far in the first 8 races of the season. So that is going to wrap things up here tonight. We'll have Modified Series action on the channel tomorrow. Once again, for the Modified Series, we do 2 races on 1 stream, so it'll be a doubleheader because of how short the races are for that series. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. I believe we go to Rockingham for one of the races, and I can't remember where the other race... Rockingham and New Hampshire, I believe, are the 2 races. That's right. So, Rockingham and New Hampshire, I'm not sure what order it is. I have to go back and look, but both those races should be the next 2 for the Featherlight Modified Series. The second time I messed up. So, that is going to do it. This was a real race, probably a long race from pits to cautions. I don't know what you meant by that exactly. There could have honestly, if the Truck Series was racing here, they would have had more than 1 caution. Today's Truck Series, again, this 2004 Truck Series, there's a lot of veterans in the field, so I guess there's maybe better driving talent all the way around. But still, yeah, they probably would have had more than 1 caution, so it definitely would have made the race a little bit longer. But yeah, that is, again, got to wrap it up. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you guys modified action tomorrow night, as mentioned, on the channel. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard start time. So tune in for that. And then NASCAR Heat 5 for the final season there will be coming back on Thursday at the Charlotte Roval at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the start of that one. So tune in. Those are the next couple nights of action. Truck Series back on Friday at Milwaukee. We got a busy week. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.